Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're doing very wonderful. So today I'm going to get into my top 5 Natasha Denona MIDI palettes, her 15 pan palettes, mid-size palettes, and I'm not going to do a ranking because I almost lost my mind trying to rank these because they're all just so good. So I'm just going to give you my top 5 and why they are my top 5. But before I get right into it, let me introduce myself. My name is Carrie. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. If you like my content, please give this video a thumbs up, comment below, hit the notification bell. It'll really help out my channel a lot. Thank you. I appreciate it. And to my current subscribers, you guys are the best subscribers. I am so proud of the YouTube community that has developed in my channel. So I really appreciate you guys so much. So just an FYI, I will link all the videos below in the description box that I've done with these palettes. And I have done a my top 6 of the mini palettes of Natasha Denona, which I will link that video down below as well. Before I get right into it, you guys, I'm sorry, I just don't want to forget this little detail, and I know I will if I leave it to the end. My lips. So I have the Duck Plump, NYX Duck Plump in Flirty Flip as my lip liner, and then I have the Fenty Beauty Slip Shine Sheer Shiny lipstick, and this one's in Cookies and Cocoa. It's kind of a dark brownish, almost pink, like a pinky brown, but it's so beautiful. So that is what's on my lips. I figured somebody was gonna ask, but anyways, all right. So my top 5 in no particular order. Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude palette. All right, so I did make some notes. So if I look down, it's just to keep myself on track, you guys, because you know, it's here, it's gone, it's here, it's gone. I get off on tangents and then I can't remember what I'm talking about. So I Need a Nude is one of my favorite Natasha Denona palettes. I have already rearranged the palette, which is very nice. She does give you these little holes in the back so you can pop out the little pans and then just rearrange, you know, to more of your liking. But I Need a Nude is a very safe palette. This is a palette that you are not going to go overboard with, and you're going to have safe makeup, but you're going to have beautiful makeup. So this palette is great for work, going to school, job interviews, meeting potential in-laws, makeup that you want to still look really pretty in, but you know that you're not going to look outlandish or out of place. Birthday parties, volunteering at your kid's school, you know, things like that. Whatever it is that people do that want to still look real nice, have makeup on, but yet not be like sticking out like a sore thumb. So I Need a Nude is a great palette. It's a neutral palette. It does have a little bit of like peachy rose undertones, but it is guaranteed to give you a very beautiful eye look. You've got great mattes that just blend beautifully, and you've got stunning and a lot of beautiful shimmers. So probably the reason why I like this palette so much is because of the amount of razzle dazzle that I like to call them in this palette. And then of course you can't go, you know, you can't go overboard with this palette. So that is one of my top 5s there. So moving on, next, the Yucca Palette, I don't know, Yucca. I want to call it Yucca because I think Yucca is the food, you know, that you go and order, but the Yucca Palette, you guys, so beautiful, so rich, so deep, so sultry, it's sexy, it's exotic. It is actually what I have on my eyes today. Let me zoom you in just a little bit. You have these beautiful like teals in here. You've got these like pops of like orange and like yellow, but the palette is warm, it's earthy. Like I said, it's exotic and it is absolutely beautiful. These mattes blend out seamlessly. You've got, you've got insanely beautiful shimmers in this palette. I mean, it is just, it's not an everyday palette, but it is a palette that is guaranteed to just give you sultry, sexy, just gorgeous, gorgeous eyes. I do feel like they did capture the whole like exotic jungle look with this particular color story. I feel like I could go to like Bora Bora with my husband and just be eating on the beach, a candlelit dinner, and then the moon is like glistening on the water. And that is just what I envision when I see this palette. It's just absolutely beautiful. The formula in here, again, it's impeccable. Every single shade blended beautifully. This particular shade right here, I can't remember what the name of it is because again, my palette is rearranged, but this one did give me a little bit of fallout. So just, you know, an FYI, just be careful with it. But other than that, I mean, blended beautifully. All the shades just worked really, really, really well together. And I feel absolutely gorgeous. It's not me, it's the makeup. I'm not tooting my own horn, but Yucca Palette is guaranteed to give you incredibly beautiful, sultry, sexy eyes. I know I can't say that enough. I know I keep repeating myself, but this one is definitely a winner. All right, moving on. You know I had to get into the Roxa palette. You know that I had to do it. I know a lot of you have this palette. A lot of my subscribers. Hold on. Let me put these palettes somewhere where I know they're not going to fall down on the floor. So Roxa palette is a really beautiful purple toned palette, but they also got these pinks in here. So it's almost like you have two palettes in one. I know some people didn't like that because they wanted a true purple palette. However, I appreciate the fact that there are some pinks in here because you now have a lot of diversity of looks that you can get with this particular palette. So if you want to go purple, you can go purple. You've got these real nice kind of deep fuchsias. You've also got some like these like pastel-y type shades in here, but then you've also got some pinks here. So you can get a pink look. Where's the other pink one? This one right here, and actually I think that more is purple, but you got this one here that's kind of pinky, this one's kind of pinky, and then you've got some shimmers that are really pinky in here. So I know people wanted an actual true like only purple palette, and guess what? I would have loved that. However, Natasha Denona does have to make money, so they got to appeal to more people. They got to appeal to the pinks, the people who love the pinks. They got to appeal to people who love the purples. That way they can sell more. So, you know, you don't want to leave one group out, I guess. But anyways, you guys see my point. So it kind of appeals to more people, the color story. But these purples and these, like, I feel like they blend beautifully. Sometimes deep purples, deep blues, deep blacks, really deep browns, they can be difficult to blend out. I've talked about it before, but not with this particular palette. These mattes are impeccable and they blend beautifully. Those of you who have this palette, I know, Linda, I know you have it. Kira, I know you have it. Pipe in, whoever, and you can vouch and just talk about how well this palette does blend as far as the mattes go. There's also a lot of different formulas in this palette. I'm going to look at my notes because I can't remember them all. So you've got, of course, you've got the mattes, right? You've got duochromes, you've got metallics, you have crystal toppers, you have a wet effect, and you have a sparkling foils shade in here. Now, I've rearranged my palette, so I don't know which is which. But that's a ton of different formulas. So that makes this palette very unique. And you guys, it's a fun palette. Let's admit, I mean, look at these colors here, but you can get soft, you can get daytime, you can get some night times, you can get a little deeper, a little bit more sultry, and you can get a little playful with this palette. So I do think that if you like pinks and purples, this one is definitely a winner. All right, moving on, Natasha Denona Bloom palette. Don't roll your eyes at me. Don't roll your eyes at me. I know that I have used the heck out of this palette. I love this palette. You guys are probably tired of hearing me talk about this palette, but I must. The Bloom palette, I personally think, is one of Natasha Denona's best. Here's why. I am drawn to a color story like this, though. It is warm, but it's warm in the color scheme of corals, peaches, terracottas. That is very favorable to my skin tone. So I know a lot of people did not think that this was one of Natasha Denona's best, probably because it is a very specific color story and it's going to appeal to a specific group of people like me who love it. But I think this palette, for me, it's an everyday palette. I get absolutely stunning looks every single time. The mattes are impeccable. This is the deepest shade you're gonna get. So you're not, again, you're not gonna go overboard. Kind of like with the I Need a Nude, you're not gonna get too intense. You can get a little deep, but it's not going to be too much. You do have this like real kind of nice shade right here in the middle. I think this is one of the Natasha Denona palettes I haven't rearranged because it actually makes sense to me the way that she originally arranged the shades in here. But you can get, real terracotta, right? But you can really deepen with this, and you can really deepen with this one as well. And the shimmers in here are just absolutely beautiful. I do think that it's an underrated palette because and I can understand why it is, because it is a very specific color story. A lot of you subscribers were that voice your opinion on this palette. You might not like warm tones. You like cool tones. Some of you might think this is too warm, even if you do like warmer tones. I personally don't like real warm orange and yellow undertones, but my skin does really well with the peachy and the corals undertones. So you kind of have to play with, you know, sometimes with certain color stories. It's not like the Roxa palette where it's got some warm, some cool, some pink, some purples, where you can get a lot of diversity. This stays true to the corally, peachy, terracotta color scheme. You're not going to veer out of that color story at all. So if that is a color story that you don't really prefer, then you may want to skip out on this palette. But if it is a color story that you like and you're drawn to, oh my gosh, this palette, you guys, is going to serve you well. It has been one of the palettes that I reach for so much when I just want a quick, beautiful, just put together eye look. I can walk out of the house feeling proud. This is one of the palettes that I generally grab for with the Natasha Denona. Okay, you guys, last but not least, Natasha Denona Golden Palette. You guys, this is, I will admit, this is one of my all-time, across the board favorite palettes of all time. Yes, it is rearranged. This palette is a true golden palette. It does not lean orange. It does not lean yellow. It doesn't lean red. It doesn't have any weird undertones to it. It is a true golden, earthy, just stunning palette. This palette is perfect year round. It doesn't matter the season. I think that this particular palette is perfect for any type of event and any type of season, no matter what. You know, if you have a school, you have work, you have whatever it is that you're doing, running errands, you have a date night, and this palette, absolutely perfect for holiday time, Christmas time, New Year's. Oh my God, pair it with a bold red lip. Oh, it's perfection. I have done videos on this palette. Again, I'm going to link all the videos below, but specifically I've used this palette at holiday time with a real bold, cool tone red lip, and it looks absolutely stunning. So I do think that this is one of Natasha Denona's best palettes. I think that even though these mattes look very similar, it doesn't matter. No matter what, you can like close your eyes and just pick and just go to town, and you're gonna get the most beautiful eye look. And these shimmers, you guys, oh my gosh, they just beam so beautifully. And then you have these two shades down here that are like a cream to matte formula. I think I don't use these often, but when I have used them, they've worked just fine. They've blended beautifully. I think shades like this are more suited for very aging eyes that might have a lot of wrinkles. Something like this, a cream to powder, would work well, you know, for that type of eye. But again, the shimmers, which is quite a bit, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of the 15 that are metallic shimmer, just absolutely stunning. I'm telling you, holiday time, birthday parties, date night, whatever, you can't go wrong with this palette. If I could only take one Natasha Denona palette with me on a desert island, this one is the one that's going to come with me. And why did I not pick Bloom? Because it's just too specific. It's a too specific of a color story. Oh, and another thing too, I want to note the reason why I haven't, I know people love I Need a Warm or the Warm palette or whatever. I don't have that palette, believe it or not. I know it's blasphemous, but for some reason, I thought that it would be too similar to the Golden palette. But when I went into the store, I can't remember if it was Ulta or Sephora, and I actually swatched it, it was actually really, really beautiful. So most likely I'll probably go and I'll go get the Warm palette, you know, but for now, my top 5 of what I have, man, Golden is, you guys, I feel like everybody should have the Golden palette. You're guaranteed to just have very beautiful, put together, gorgeous, gorgeous looks. So you guys, that is my top 5 Natasha Denona MIDI palettes. Comment below. What do you think? Do you agree with my list? Tell me what are your favorites? Give me your, you know, top 5, 3, 2, or your favorite. Comment below. I will respond to you. If I haven't responded to you within 24 hours, that means I did not get your comment. So please just re-comment because I want to make sure that if you guys take the time to comment, I'm going to take the time to respond to you. And I do very, very much appreciate the comments. So I learned a lot actually in the comments, but you guys, comment below. Thank you very much for just having fun with me and let me talk about why these Natasha Denona palettes are my favorites. Please subscribe to my channel and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.